Vlogalogue. How are you? I am well. I feel like we've been in touch for quite a while now, because I uploaded Jake's video and then I edited DK's video. Now it's like the third video in a day. Wow. Some really good suggestions as to how to make the internet better. Like, remove all the stupid people and direct peer-to-peer connections for all. And don't think you're anonymous. And Jake's, which, by the way, can we just take a second to notice that Jake is far better than all of us, and his numbers don't reflect it. This has made me mad for a very, very long time. Like, there are a couple, like, there are channels that you look at and you're like, why is this a big thing? And then there are channels where you're like, that person, I discovered them now. Like, God, give them like a month, it's gonna be like, oh my God, they live in LA now. And it didn't have, and I don't know why. Jake's stuff is so good, and I don't know. If you didn't check out his channel, go do it. Cause what kind of person are you? Seriously, to be honest, if people left notes on my channel saying that they unsubscribed to go subscribe to Jake's channel, like, I can't be subscribed to 2 channels, I have a rule of only one, I would be fine with people unsubscribing from Vlogalogue. Jake's stuff is so freaking good. I'd be like, Dad, I'm in the same boat. If I could unsubscribe from me, I would do it to subscribe to Jake. Jake brought up the point, though, about art. I don't know why. The idea of attribution of art, and how people will take things and put them in other places and not be like, I got it from this place, and so then someone who made a cool thing doesn't get credit for it. And I agree that certainly, like, people who make a living out of creating things, they should be able to sustain their lives off of the stuff that they make. When people steal money from it, just stop doing that. But I do have a question, and maybe this doesn't apply to a lot of people, but we're all creating things all the time, and a lot of times, and so I'm not talking about like musicians, like when you steal their music, or like painters and they paint a thing and you steal their painting, or people who, graphic designers, people who really invest heavily and this is their livelihood. But a lot of times I see people complaining because it's like, I made a Tumblr post that took me like 10 minutes, and now someone screenshotted it. And they're trying to pass it off as being the same sort of thing. And I think this is kind of the topic that I want to get into this week. The idea of ownership and separation of kind of creator versus content on the internet. Because I think the part of it is that we feel this need now that, like, my value is my clout score and the number of followers that I have on various media. So if you screenshot something rather than reblogging it, you are a terrible person because you have undercutted my personal value. Whereas I think if it's, because I don't really understand, if I just come up with like a, oh my God, this picture goes well with this meme, or if I come up with some, even if I write a song, because it's not my livelihood, it's not, I'm not looking to get rich or famous off of it. If someone were to steal a song from me, I might get pissed if they tried to pass it off as like, oh, this guy is, as if they were trying to pass it off as something that I had sanctioned and that, like, it was representative of what I was saying. If it was not, I might get frustrated about that and be like, oh, by the way, Kevin loves Nazis. Here's this song that we cut up into weird little segments that proves it. I'd be like, no, that's a problem. But you took a song and did a cover. I don't care. To me, that's cool. The great thing about the internet is we have that ability to just create this stuff. And I wonder, but the problem is that legally, it's really, really hard to do that. It's really hard to make something and say, it's a go nuts copyright. That's not what copyright is designed to do. The exact opposite of what copyright is designed to do. And so I have to wonder, first off, why can't we make that easier? Even Creative Commons I don't like Creative Commons because there's the whole attribution and restrictions on derivative works. I'm like, I don't want to be attributed. If you make something and you use some of my stuff to do it, I don't want to be associated with it because it's not my thing. Granted, if this was some song that I had spent years and years working on, then it'd be like, yeah, I want to throw copyright on that, and if you're gonna try and make money off of it, I want a cut of that because I worked really hard on it. It's a huge investment. But I do wonder, though, if sometimes we do get too attached to the idea that the small contributions that we make are not even necessarily. I don't think that they're even necessarily art. They're just cool little things that the internet. It's small little nuggets of artistic expression that really wasn't possible before the internet. You either, had something significant enough to get distributors to disseminate, or you just didn't do it. And now the internet has that whole area of you can make little small things and actually spread them, which is really cool. But the idea that we want the desire to maintain ownership of that, am I weird in thinking that's a little off? Because small things, I'm just making it, and the fact that it exists is its own value. I don't want residuals. So I don't know. That's my question for this week. Do you think that it's the case that people are really looking at these smaller items that they're creating and saying that this is my livelihood, I need to be able to support myself, therefore stop stealing from me? Or honestly, my guess is that it's more of an idea of the internet has conditioned us so well to think of ourselves in terms of our follow counts and our retweets and that sort of thing, so that we've kind of lost that separation between the random cool things that we're making and the value that we put on our online personas, which of course unfortunately trickles into our real life personas. Was that a coherent question? I don't think so. So this should be a fun week. Bye.